Night had fallen fast, a night when shadows seemed deeper and silence felt heavier. Mara sat alone in her new house, the one she and Jake had dreamed of owning. It was supposed to be their perfect home, but tonight, it felt wrong. The usually peaceful neighborhood was eerily quiet. No passing cars, no neighborly chatter, and not even Mrs. Porter's annoying dog barking. A sound that normally grated on Mara's nerves, but now seemed strangely comforting by its absence. At 9:47 p.m., the sudden buzz of her phone made her jump. A notification flashed on the screen. Front door camera, motion detected. Her heart raced. She opened the camera feed. The porch was empty. The hanging plant swayed slightly in the breeze, but there was nothing unusual. Probably just the wind, she muttered to herself, trying to stay calm, but the unease lingered. She double-checked the front door lock, inspected the windows, and ensured the alarm was set. Satisfied, she returned to the couch. The horror movie she had playing wasn't helping. Fictional monsters felt trivial compared to the real tension gnawing at her insides. And then it happened. Thud, thud, thud. The remote slipped from Mara's hand. The sound was faint but deliberate, coming from the back door. She muted the TV, straining to listen. Thud, thud. Her mind raced. Could it be the wind again? No, this was too rhythmic, too intentional. Her phone vibrated once more. Backyard camera, motion detected. With trembling fingers, she opened the app. Her heart sank. At the edge of the camera's frame, in a shadowy corner, a figure stood perfectly still. Mara blinked, hoping it was a trick of the light, but it wasn't. He was real. He didn't move. He just stared. Panic surged through her veins. She dialed Jake's number. No answer. Her hands shook as she punched in 911. 911, what's your emergency? There's someone in my backyard, she whispered, her voice trembling. I'm alone in the house. Stay calm, Mom. Officers are on their way. Keep your doors locked. Her heart pounded as the camera feed suddenly went black. The camera just went out, she whispered, her voice breaking. Stay inside. Officers will be there in 5 minutes. 5 minutes felt like an eternity. Then came the sound. Creak. The back door handle jiggled violently. Mara stifled a scream and bolted upstairs. She locked the bedroom door and grabbed Jake's baseball bat from the closet. 3 minutes, the dispatcher reassured her. But then, thump, 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 footsteps echoed on the stairs. Mara's voice shook. He's inside. Stay quiet and hidden, the dispatcher instructed. The footsteps were slow but deliberate, as if the intruder was savoring each step. The bedroom door handle twisted. Mara gripped the bat tighter, holding her breath as the door creaked open. A man in dark clothing stood in the doorway, his face obscured by a hood. For a moment they both froze. Then he lunged. Mara swung the bat with all her strength. It connected with his arm, the impact reverberating through her hands. He staggered, but recovered quickly, charging at her. They struggled, knocking over a lamp and toppling the dresser. Survival instinct kicked in. Mara drove the bat into his knee. He collapsed with a guttural cry. Blue and red lights flashed outside, piercing through the night. Sirens wailed, growing louder. Police! Drop the weapon! The man froze. Within seconds, officers stormed in and cuffed him. Mara collapsed onto the floor, shaking uncontrollably. You're safe now, ma'am, an officer assured her. Later, as Mara gave her statement, she learned the man had been lurking in the neighborhood for weeks. Jake returned the next day, guilt etched on his face. I never should have left you alone, he said, pulling her into a tight embrace. It's not your fault, Mara said, though she wasn't sure she believed it. but we're definitely getting better security. That night, as they stood by the window looking out into the dark backyard, Mara couldn't shake the feeling that the house would never feel the same again. She glanced toward the shadows, half expecting to see that figure standing there once more, and in that moment, she knew she'd never feel completely safe again.